Okay, we're ready to begin with Boise State. We have student athletes Derek Marks and Anthony Drimmick, Coach Leon Rice. Coach, if we could start with you, just some general remarks on tonight's game.
Well, we knew we were playing a team that's really, really good. And, you know, one of the things that maybe gets lost on San Diego State is, you know, they didn't have X for a lot of their games in January. And that kid's really important to this team. And, you know, if you add him to this team, they're a team that probably contends for the league title. I mean, so that's a really good basketball team that we just lost to, and they were dialed in, and they played terrific defense. Got us a little flustered, especially in the first half, but I was really proud of our guys. True to form, we kind of shuffled the deck, went small ball on them, and made one last run at them. So really proud of our guys as always. The ball didn't maybe drop like it has for us, but you gotta credit San Diego State's defense, and they got some big time players, juniors and seniors, that stepped up, and I told our guys we got to learn from this as we go forward. We got sophomores that they're going to learn, and the next opportunity they have, they're gonna be better at it.
Thank you, Coach. This time we'll take questions for the student athletes. Where?
Derek, can you walk us through that first half and the beginning of the second half? I think you started 0 for 12, 0 for 13. Sort of unusual for you, but how'd you sort of respond to that, and what was going wrong?
And my teammates and the coaches had just told me to keep on being aggressive, and I knew eventually I would just make one, so I just kept on shooting the best shot I could.
Well, Derek's carried us a lot of games, and so when there's a lot on your shoulders, sometimes you get a lot of attention, and they did a nice job of guarding him, but a few of those were in and out, and we just wanted him to keep shooting. His teammates wanted him to keep shooting, and he got it going there for a little bit.
Anthony, what's kind of the feeling now? I know you guys obviously have aspirations to continue playing after this tournament, and now you kind of got to wait a little bit. What's that feeling like, kind of knowing you're going to have to await something?
I feel like this season, we've had a great year, so right now we're just going to go back to Boise, and then, it's in the committee's hands now, you know what I mean? So we're just, whatever happens, and I think we've had a good season, so we're happy with it.
These guys have done a great job. They got a great resume now. This league is, as good as there is. And so, our resume will stand up to anybody's, I think.
I was going to ask you, Coach, nervous at all? Just having to wait these couple days,
Nope. We've done everything we could, Hey, would we have liked to win this one? Sure, but like I said, that's a really good basketball team, and, we just beat them 4 days ago, and, they're competitors. We knew that they'd give us their best shot.
Any other questions for our student athletes? We'll come back. Okay, we'll dismiss them. You got a question? We'll come back to Coach. We'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, man. And then we'll open it up for questions for Coach Rice. Any questions? Here we go.
Coach, I know some of the guys did talk about it, but just, being down double digits, but then being able to kind of come back, make a nice run, and get a lead, though brief as it was, but being able to, just make this a game, which I'm sure you were confident in, but just their ability to come back.
Well, we were kind of playing frustrated and just kind of not clicking and couldn't get things going, and so we went small ball, and we tried to heat them up defensively a little bit and change what we were doing, and it kind of got us going and changed the game a little bit, and we were able to take the lead, and then I don't know if it kind of peaked too early a little bit. And like I said, a lot always goes back to them, too. They made big plays, made some big shots down the stretch, and, then they made their free throws. They were 25 for 31 tonight. So, I thought I was really proud of the way our guys, didn't fold it up, didn't get their heads down, and that's true to form. That's how they've been all year.
Can you talk a little bit about going small? I know, you pretty much 5 guards, maybe a guard / forward out there, but
Yeah.
you didn't use Buck and Watkins too much there in the second half.
Yeah.
But this is the decision to do that, and it seems like it seemed to work.
Well,
pretty
we just felt like we had to change. We felt like we were running in sand, playing a little frustrated, so we had to throw some different stuff at them. And it's a credit to San Diego State. They were really guarding us well, so we kind of tried to change it, create something with our defense, got a couple steals for baskets, and it's funny to go say we went small ball because we started small ball. We just went smaller ball.
Over here, Coach.
Leon, Andy Glockner, SI.com. You expressed confidence earlier in the conference that you guys will get in. The number 1 or number 2 conference typically would get 5 out of 9 teams in.
Yeah.
What are you concerned at all that the Mountain West is not going to be treated with that same level of respect?
No, because I think, if you look at our resume with 4 top 50 wins and how many, I think 16 top 100 games we've played, we went out and played people. We played people in the preseason, played on the road, at Michigan State, at Creighton. We played Utah on Majerus night there. It was a big night, and then that was our fifth game, 4 of them on the road in that little stretch. So we did all that we could do. And, I think the committee really views that is, did you go out and schedule? Did you play a lot of high-level teams where there's some other teams, that they're talking about getting in that have one top 50 win. So, I think ours stands up, and it's what the committee wants you to do is play a lot of good teams and not dodge teams. And, you can't dodge them in this league. And also we did it in our preseason, and we won. We won some of them. So it's not only our wins, but, we lost by 4 at Michigan State. We lost on a buzzer beater to San Diego State. We lost now, in a close one to San Diego State. We lost in overtime to New Mexico. So it's the level of, I know they maybe don't look at scoring margin and all that stuff, but we were really, really competitive. And then, we had a lot of guys out too. So in that one stretch. So I think we were 21-6 with Jeff in the lineup going into tonight.
Coach, you did talk about how Derek's carried you a lot. What did you see, in the first half? Didn't seem like he necessarily pushed himself. Maybe the baskets just weren't falling. What did you see that he was doing out there? How would you kind of assess?
Well, they were doing a great job at running a lot of guys at him, and they're long and athletic, and they altered some of his shots around the bucket. And then I think it led to a little bit of frustration for him and Anthony. They, a few of their shots didn't drop, and then I saw a little frustration on their face, and you can't play frustrated, and so we kept trying to change that a little bit, give them ball in different spots. Like I said, then we went small to try to create some easy shots off our defense, and that kind of got us going a little bit, and we were right back in the game. So, I think we took the lead there, and then they took it right back. So, but again, our guys battled, and that's what the ball doesn't always drop, and we rely a lot on the jump shot too. So if that's not dropping, that can be tough.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Okay, for San Diego State, we have student athletes Xavier Thames, Jamal Franklin, Chase Tapley, Coach Steve Fisher. Coach, if we could start with you, your remarks on tonight's game.
Well, first of all, we're 10 minutes to 12, so I know nothing's going to be in the paper. So I'll make it as brief as I can, and hopefully you guys will too, so we can get out of here. Two good teams that played hard. Boise State, without question, deserves to be in the NCAA tournament. Look at their body of work, but look at what they've done the last 10, 11 games. I think they were 7-3 coming into tonight. And they've beaten good teams, and they beat good teams in non-conference. So this league is so good. If Boise doesn't get in the tournament, I'm going to demand a revote. They're that good. And we played them this kind of game almost every time we've played them. And tonight it was us. Saturday it was them. A little bit of a carbon copy, except we didn't fall as far behind. We never, ever trailed until they went on a 14-0 run. And we were 1 point, and they got a 1 point lead. We never trailed, and Boise had the ball. That wears on you if you're the other team. So we found a way to win. I'm going to cite the good things we did. Jamal Franklin, 2 for 3 from three-point range. If you go back and look at stats, he's 12 for 21 from three-point range in Mountain West Conference tournament play. So he's going to take them and make them. X had a season-high 6 rebounds, tied a season-high with 5 assists. Winston Shepard had a career-high 3 blocks. Chase Tapley had a season-high 4 steals. We guarded. We really defended, especially the first half, as well as we have all season long. We had a rough stretch. We put 4 or 5 bullet points. One is runs. 8-0 or greater, don't give them any. And they had a 14-0 run on us. We missed 3 threes. We turned the ball over 3 times, and we missed 2 shots on a free throw. That's a recipe for a 14-0 run. But we found a way then to bore back and get to the free throw line and make them. 25 for 31, that's pretty good. So we move on. We're excited about that. I'll repeat myself. Boise better be in the NCAA tournament, or it's disgraceful in my opinion.
Thank you, Coach. Now I'll take questions for the student athletes first.
Questions for the kids? Dang, y'all don't talk about
Chase, I just wondered if you could talk to Coach's point about locking down so well defensively in the first half and how crucial that was to going on to win this thing.
Well, that was the game plan going into this game. I was just pressuring the ball a little bit more and getting into them, and not really letting them get comfortable in the ball screens, and really sinking in on the rolling bigs. And I think we did a great job in that first half. I mean, we got a lot of deflections that led to fast breaks and early offense, and that's what we need to do. 40 minutes. I mean, we can't do it for 20 minutes. But I liked our new concept of just pressuring the ball and getting them out of their comfort zone, running their offense.
Jamal, it seems like no one's really picked you guys to win this conference tournament. Does that kind of put a chip on your guys' shoulder?
Before I answer that question, I'd like to have Michael Lyons' prayers in for you guys. I heard about his knee, but it does put a chip on our shoulder. Last year, a lot of people didn't think a lot of us, but we have played with a good group of guys, and we all have played with a chip on our shoulder every day, and we just want to win. And we take it one game at a time, and like Coach says many times before, we've been in that championship going on 4 years, so we want to make it the 5th year and try to make this happen.
Xavier, for you guys, the 3 of you guys kind of took over at the end, really stepped up. Just what does that do for you guys going forward, especially now since you're kind of getting in your groove healthy?
It does a lot. You know, me, Chase, and Jamal, we kind of like the leaders along with James Rayhan and Deshaun. So we just got to keep it going and get ready for New Mexico, and I'm sure the coaches will have us prepared.
Jamal, could you just talk about playing New Mexico? Because you guys played great defense tonight. New Mexico did too. Is it going to be one of those defensive struggles, or what do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be a hard-fought game. If you haven't watched our game lately, they've all been hard-fought games. We had a big lead on them at our house, but it still was a hard-fought game. Both teams is probably the best defense team in the conference, and we just ready to play. And it's going to be a competitive game. We can't wait for Friday.
Chase, Coach concentrated on the 14-0 run and then concentrated on all the things you guys did good. Do you agree with that assessment? I mean, do you feel like you guys need to play better against New Mexico?
I think we did good tonight. I mean, only thing, the negative part about tonight was our turnovers. I mean, we had 19 turnovers, and that's way too many. But New Mexico, we're just going to have to come out and just match their intensity, like Jamal said, two of the best defensive teams in the conference, and we just got to keep making shots. I mean, when we do that, it's going to be hard to beat us. And we just got to keep on attacking the defensive glass. I mean, we really boarded tonight. I'm proud of all of our players for that.
Jamal, Coach hit on this a minute ago, but you've had some pretty good success in this building, especially in this tournament. How comfortable do you get when this tournament rolls around?
My teammates make me comfortable. When I'm having a bad game, they're always there to pick me up. Chasing X and James, they're always there to pick me up. And when you have a good teammates, a group of good guys on you, if you worry about making a turnover or make a mistake or not playing good, and they're able to pick up the slack and give you confidence, everything just works out smoothly.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you. Now I'll take questions for Coach Fisher. Right here, Coach.
Coach, could you talk about the rebounding performance? Boise State missed 41 shots and he had 32 defensive rebounds.
We have to rebound better. We gave too many second chance opportunities to Boise. We battled. When Deshaun got his fourth foul, we went small, then they went small, and they were better small than we were small for a long stretch. They played better when they were a little smaller lineup than we did. But we found a way to stick in there and hang in there and make a play. But we can't give up 12 offensive rebounds and only get 5. I mean, we got a lot of defensive rebounds, but some of them were the second and third shots that they took. So we've got to rebound the ball better. And we're going to be going against a lot bigger guys when we play New Mexico on Friday.
Coach, talking about New Mexico, what kind of game do you expect?
Well, I'll take a forfeit if he doesn't want to come. He's going to be in the tournament. He's going to be a second seed. He probably doesn't need another championship. So they're going to come at us, and they're going to want to smack us around like they did at their place. They had 34 all over their locker room. We held them to 34 points the first game. Some way, somehow, somebody incorrectly said that I said that the pit was our second home. And they responded after they beat us, sometimes the second homes are not as good as you think they are. And so they were anxious to play us. And I'm sure they'll be anxious to play us again. So will we.
Steve, I know you talked a minute ago about your defensive effort in the first half. I wondered if you could expound on that and whether or not or how long it's been you've played with that much energy in the opening 20 minutes.
Only a coach that follows us intently could tell what we did that was different from the Saturday game against Boise. In this game, we told them before, they got a lot of mumbo-jumbo, false motion, to just dribble, handoff, move, but then all of a sudden they attack you. We made a concerted effort in 2-day practice, switch all the mumbo-jumbo and guard the ball harder. Normally, we guard the three-point line. Today, we went out and guarded the ball a little harder. And I know it helped us, especially in the first half. I don't think they got in. Even when they scored, they never quite looked comfortable scoring. Second half, we didn't guard as hard. They went smaller, and they were better attacking us than we were guarding them in the second half. But our first half defense was really, really good. We're a good defensive team. We've got to bring closure to the defense by being a better defensive rebounding team.
Any other questions?
Okay.
Right here.
Just following up on what Coach Rice talked about, that this team is an entirely different animal, so to speak, when X is playing the way he has been of late. Can you talk about that just a little bit?
Well, did it hurt when Lyons got injured in the first 2 minutes of the game? When you take one of your best players out, when you take a guy that's got the ball in his hands so often, it affects you. We got other guys on scholarship. When he didn't play, somebody else needs to step up. And I thought they did. But we're better when Xavier plays. And we're much better when he plays healthy. He's getting closer to where he was at his best, both early this year and last year. So it's obvious if we want to be as good as we can, we need Xavier Thames playing, leading, pushing. He's our best defender. So and he's the guy that has the ball to initiate all the offense too. So yeah, we're so much better when X plays.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.